The desert at night holds a strange silence. It's not just dark. It feels like the whole world is holding its breath. Ali, a 13-year-old camel herder, sat on a rock, his gaze fixed on the three great pyramids standing tall in the moonlight. They were like giants guarding the gates of time. He'd heard the adults whisper stories that the pyramids of Giza weren't just tombs for kings. They said the pyramids live, they remember, and sometimes they speak. Ali always wondered, what could possibly make stones talk? Tonight he wouldn't have to wonder for long. The wind shifted, and a faint sound began to carry on the breeze. At first, Ali thought it was just the wind whistling through the cracks in the rocks. But this was different. The sound had a rhythm, a melody, a message. Come here. Ali shot to his feet, his heart pounding. He scanned the empty landscape. There was no one, just sand, the vast sky, and the silent pyramids. Come here, Ali. The voice was clearer now, calling his name. Fear prickled his skin, but his feet moved on their own, drawn forward by an invisible force. With every step, time itself seemed to stretch and warp, as if he were walking through a dream. As he drew closer to the base of the largest pyramid, the ground began to tremble. A crack appeared in the rock face, glowing with an otherworldly blue light, like a tear in the fabric of the world. From within the light, a figure emerged. It was a tall man, robed in gold, wearing a crown adorned with a cobra. Ali recognized him instantly from the ancient drawings, Pharaoh Khufu. The pharaoh didn't speak with his mouth. His words echoed directly inside Ali's mind. You have heard my call. Not everyone can. Ali trembled, stammering in his thoughts. But I'm just a camel boy. Why me? The pharaoh's lips curved into a wise smile, his eyes as deep as a desert oasis at night. Because you have a heart that listens, he raised a hand and the world around Ali dissolved. Suddenly, he was no longer standing on the cool sand of the present day. He was surrounded by thousands of workers. Men were pulling massive ropes, others were chiseling stone with rhythmic taps, and a powerful work song filled the air. Before them, a giant block of stone was being hoisted into place on a structure of impossible scale. This is the 1,462nd day of construction, the pharaoh's voice explained. I show you what time has buried. Ali watched, mesmerized, as tons of stone slid across wooden beams. The stories he'd heard his whole life were playing out right before his eyes. People still ask how we built the pyramids, the pharaoh's voice continued. He gently placed a spectral hand over Ali's heart. It was not by strength alone, by faith. He then pointed to the star-filled sky. A group of ancient scholars, holding strange astronomical instruments, were calculating the positions of the sun, moon, and the North Star. We aligned every angle, ensuring this structure would not shift a single degree for thousands of years. But why? Ali asked, his voice a whisper. The pharaoh looked up at the great monument taking shape, because I wanted to create something that would make even time itself pause and wonder. The pharaoh then led Ali on a journey through the pyramid's passages, up towering ramps, and into secret chambers. The entire structure glowed from within like a colossal lantern. They say I built this to be my tomb, the pharaoh laughed, the sound echoing in the stone. No, I built it to live forever. Ali was confused. But death comes for everyone, doesn't it? The body perishes, the pharaoh affirmed. But will and dreams, they do not. He pressed his hands against the wall. Every stone here is an oath, testament that humanity can make the impossible possible. Then, in a gesture that would have been unthinkable, the great pharaoh knelt before the small camel herder. Ali, he said softly, I called you here because you carry a dream you have not yet discovered. Ali's breath caught in his throat. He looked at the vision of the pyramid's construction, and a feeling he couldn't name washed over him. He wasn't just drawn to the history, he was drawn to the act of creation, the longing to build something meaningful. He realized the pharaoh was right. He had always felt a pull towards something more than a life of herding camels in the endless desert. The pharaoh placed a small, smooth stone, perfectly carved into the shape of a pyramid, into Ali's palm. When you find your dream, place this stone at its foundation. It will be the first stone of your own great wonder. As quickly as it began, the blue light faded. The workers, the noise, the visions all vanished. Ali opened his eyes. He was standing alone before the Great Pyramid once more. The sun was just beginning to rise, its first rays striking the ancient stones, making them blaze like gold. He looked down. The carved stone was still in his hand. It wasn't a dream. A whisper, carried on the morning wind, seemed to hold the pharaoh's voice one last time. You have heard my voice. Now, go let the world hear yours. Ali clutched the stone tightly and smiled. He was no longer just a boy wandering the desert. He was a boy with a journey to begin. That day, he left his village, not to run away, but to find himself and to start building his own wonder. Thanks for watching. Well, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures. See you next time.